Abstract brainwaves, game genie in the beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And this is going to be a very hard video for me to make, but it's absolutely necessary. There's been some questions that people have been messaging me privately about, hey, you know, you've left the chat, what's going on? Is there, what happened? No, there's no drama, nothing like that going on. I'm going to get to that towards the end of the video. So if you're wanting to skip to the end, towards the end of the video to see that, go ahead and do that. Secondly, I know the title of the video, this is a reaction to, you know, Trainer Tips video. Who is Trainer Tips? Well, for the 5 of you who play Pokemon Go and don't know who he is, maybe there's more than that. He was the one who got me playing Pokemon Go as active as I've been. Reason being is, if we're just being honest here, the game was not really a game. It was more like a simulation. We were all kind of guinea pigs in the sense that Niantic was granted this license and it became something more than what I thought they expected it to be. And once they realized it, they tried to monetize it as much as they could, for better or for worse. That said, you had some YouTubers realize that they could make a living off of teaching people how to play Pokemon Go because they had an extensive knowledge of Pokemon already. The mechanics of it, the Rochambeau, the rock, paper, scissors. They knew which types were effective against other types, and Niantic, you know, just took Game Freak's homework. They took the Pokemon Company's homework and said, this is what they laid out, let's find a way to put that in our game. The problem was, did they do that as effectively as they should have? No. It was on us to make this game as fun as it can be. And I'll reiterate that more times than not in the video. So before I quit Pokemon Go, and I'll explain that too, let's pull up Nick's video to get some clarity on what's happening here. Because Nick, he's been able to travel the world collecting Pokemon, making friendships along the way, more than likely helping out his community. So for those of you who know me from that, from the gifts that I give to you guys every community day, whoever gets the lowest CP, shiny, whatever, or from fundraising from our community here in High Point, North Carolina, like we did a couple years back, that's why I liked his energy. He brought an energy that was like, I want to be a part of that. And that's really what you should want. No matter what your religion, race, creed, the energy of helping other people and seeing things come together just off the strength of something we all enjoy. The lesson in Pokemon Go has always been, or in Pokemon, I should say, that if you help other people get other things, you can also get what you want. And again, I need y'all to help me. Maybe that's why I'm not in the chat, but I'll tell y'all about that after this. So we're going to pull up Nick's video, like I said, right now. So he's got it by keeps, and I'm not going to watch the entire thing. We're going to skip through a lot of the different stuff that's in here, okay?
Okay, let me just start by saying I'm not quitting Pokemon Go. 7-day streak. Of course, this is great timing for the helicopter. Okay, I'm not quitting Pokemon Go, but I think I've probably said this in like every video for the last 2 months. I've been thinking about my future with the game a lot lately. Obviously, I haven't uploaded very much this month, and I really just haven't been all that excited about anything that's going on in the game. And the more I think about it, the more I realize I just don't know what it's going to take to get me excited about the game. None of the new updates or Pokemon releases or events or anything have really done it for me. And I was thinking about it, and the last time that I was really excited was when there was no wind in my face. The last time that I was really like excited to go out and play the game every day and film videos every day was when level 50 dropped, when the level cap increased. That really got me motivated for a while, and it gave me something that I could work towards. It gave me something that I was enjoying in the game. And then, you know, it kind of tapered off as I got to level 48, or as I got to 47, and I had to walk 25 kilometers 8 weeks in a row. And as soon as I reached that artificial time gate, I just kind of lost interest in it. Not being able to just like work through it and having to just sit there and wait. You know, I mean, walk obviously, but then wait. It just kind of killed that whole grind for me. But as part of my thinking, you know, I was also, ooh, I wonder if this is a dwebble nest. Maybe try to get a shiny. I was thinking, like, if I really do stop playing Pokemon Go, it would be such a shame that I didn't reach level 50. This game that I've spent 5 years of my life playing, that I've really dedicated the last 5 years of my life to. I couldn't stop without reaching this new level cap. So, hence the title, Before I Quit Pokemon Go, I want to reach level 50. And again, I'm not saying that like I'm going to reach level 50 and then quit. The last time I got excited about the game was when I was grinding for levels. And if Niantic's not going to do something with the game that gets me excited, I'm going to set a goal for myself, reach level 50, and maybe that'll do it.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but what I gathered from that video clip, and check out the full video if you haven't already, I'm sure a lot of you have, but here's a young man who, for the last 5 years of his life, 5 long years, he's dedicated it to this game, and he feels obligated to continue out of necessity. And there's nothing to get out of it other than his own personal goal. You heard him. He has to make personal goals to keep playing the game. And I feel like I've done the same. And a lot of people who have quit early on did not. It was just, you know, mindless fun, a little casual pastime, maybe play with the grandkids or, you know, with your friends, you know, a fad. And that was it. But others were like, no, its own reward is to get a living deck's worth of shinies, or all of Gen 1 shinies, or just all of Gen 1, or to reach level 40. This man is telling you, hey, I want to reach level 50 and then see what happens, you know? He feels like giving up. I've been watching this guy almost daily, at least when he used to make videos daily, for the longest. Through, you know, heartaches and breakups and whatever, you had a friendly trainer trips. It could be trainer trips instead of trainer tips now, because the tips he's giving you, you either already know because he hasn't been making videos. Anyway, that's aside from my point. The passion that he would bring to all those would let you feel like, hey, you know, let's go play some Pokemon. Maybe that will change my mood if I just get out and see the world and play some Pokemon. But you remove Pokemon and you replace that with anything else, whether that's getting some food or, you know, seeing certain sights, certain buildings, architecture, it might bring you some joy. So I'll always appreciate Nick for that. I tried to meet Nick back at a Go Fest. It didn't pan out. The weather was bad. That's why I started making videos, okay? That's why I started making videos. I said, I can do that. And maybe not to that caliber, but I was excited about it. And I said, let me, you know, strike at it. For you guys who don't make videos, or, you know, you don't have the wherewithal yet because you're afraid, don't be, just your first video, your first podcast, your first whatever, chances are it's not going to be great. The people who come out the gate swinging with something great, they probably have something that people don't know about, you know, little home movies or something that were terrible before they got to the big screen. So there's my tip for you right there. That being said, I'm going to keep making videos. They just may not be Pokemon videos going forward. Here's why. with the, and there'll still be Pokemon Go videos. Let me clarify. Eventually, there won't be. What this video brings to my attention is I need to have more goals for myself, because right now I'm just kind of going with it. The XP is so high that I'm just going with it. The in-game events are so bland that I'm just going with it. People are staying inside and they're doing their worldwide chats. So that leads us to the next question. Well, you left the group. What's up? I'm still on the Facebook page that I maintain. I'm still in the general chat that I maintain. I still have the other Yellow Hat Guy Discord. It's not completely dead. All three of those things. But the raid chat that I helped streamline all this time, I'm out of that. Here's what it is. The passion ain't there anymore. Not necessarily just from me, but I felt like for the longest, 5 or so years, I've been inviting people, coordinating raids, organizing them, and never once was I like, hey, other people need to coordinate this stuff too. I may have felt that way, but never once did I come off that way or yell at anybody or say that. I just want people to have fun. And I don't need to be included in any of the raids. You just need to be inviting. And that's not what's happening anymore. What I just said was people are doing raids and it's just invite me. And they're doing online raids with other people in different parts of the world. So there's no need for them to really be in these chats. But they'll still say invite me, but not return the favor, not invite people. So at a certain point, it's like, how much time, energy, gas, money am I going to put into showcasing these raids only for A, people not to respond, but B, to say invite me and not invite me, but more importantly, not share stuff that's around them. Like if it takes me, a minute to log in here and showcase any raid that's around me and share that with the group, that's all I can ask for the rest of you to do. And people still aren't doing that to the capacity that they were prior to the pandemic. Still, if you're able to sit down and just pull up the game, you should be able to sit down and see what's around you. I don't believe that at some point in the day when you're not out running errands, when you're out running errands, that you don't think to open the game and see something. It's going to just, hey, go towards the people who are willing to invite, and that's just not fun for me. That's not what that's not what attracted me to this game. If I wanted to play a game where I just play with people online, I'd just get on my console and do that. So rather than make a big stink and a dramatic exit, I'm just like, look, I'm just going to look to play with people who want to not only invite, but they also, are out posting raids. I understand, hey, I don't want to get out there, but I will showcase a raid that's around me. You don't even have to do the raids, y'all. Y'all can post the raids and just invite people who are interested and jump out. If it only takes 2 or 3 people, you don't need to be there. Just jump out. But offer that olive branch for those of us who have been offering it to you and everybody else all this time. And I'm not saying it's got to be other Yellow Hat Guy, but seeing that frequent activity motivates other people to share raids too. When that doesn't happen and it's just other Yellow Hat Guy, or at least him and 5 or 6 other people, it's its own stress. Y'all know I've been having health issues, trying to get my blood pressure right. For the few of you who've been watching the videos, or at least you've been watching videos other than this, because I don't really talk about that stuff here in this. It's a stressful thing to constantly get up here and show raids, and there's a lack of people inviting, but somehow everyone's interested on Wednesdays. And everyone is able to see raids on Wednesday, so I don't need you to invite me on Wednesday if you know I'm doing raid hour. Again, not a complaint, just he's probably raiding with everybody else, so maybe you don't invite me for that reason. But why is Wednesday the only day that you're willing to showcase raids? There's got to be a balance there. You've got to be willing to invite just like you want people to invite. Niantic, to their part, they are not giving this game its due. They got this Pokemon Go license, right? Game Freak you know, everybody, they're like, hey, we're in on it. You've got the blueprint. They're not making it, they're not giving it a full fleshed out game. And they didn't need to, because we all just jumped towards it because it was Pokemon. So, I'm not saying this is the end, but it feels like that's in motion. And for me, I need to at some point, we're all going to stop playing this game. Do you stop playing the game because it gets boring? Do you stop playing the game because they no longer support it? Do you stop playing the game when something better comes along? Or do you set for yourself, hey, I reach level 40, that's it. Or I reach level 50, that's it. I think for me, just like Nick just said in the clip I showed you, the end for me is going to be level 50. Now, I'm a lot further away from level 50 than he was, so no reason to panic. I'm still level 46 with millions upon millions of XP to go. But I feel like unless they drastically change the nature of the game, that's going to be it for me. I'm not going to complain about what they've got going on like that or the lack thereof. It just really feels like they don't care. And at a certain point, a guy like this who clearly cares about the game and the community seems like he's not 100% interested anymore. And he's supposed to be one of these voices for the community. So if you guys aren't listening to me, you got to listen to him and see the same things that I'm seeing, which is it's up to us to keep it going because we were the ones that made it this great in the first place, not them. They gave certain things. They gave you the raids. They gave you the little, weekly bonuses and tasks, but that's still not enough. It was never enough. It was enough because we accepted it. And then when they went back on the trading the spin distance from the gyms, and during a pandemic, that's when people wanted to band together. Only then. So while they nicely do solids for us, like, hey, we're going to reduce the Go Fest and this, it's still teardrops in the bucket at the end of the day when it comes to the amount of money they made the entire 5 years and what they could be offering us in terms of a full-fledged game. I don't think anybody was asking for a direct matchup between the Pokemon Go games or Pokemon series, to Pokemon Go. But in the least, they could have said, hey, with PvP, we know you don't want to battle each other all the time. We gave these little gym trainers, we gave them, but maybe we'll let you fight Giovanni, Jesse James in PvP, or some of the Elite 8. That would be fun. Maybe we do the research is its own story mode, but it's gotten to the point where it feels forced because they haven't creatively done things. It's always make this many excellent throws, catch this many Pokemon, use berries. It's so repetitive now. They are just repeating themselves because they're not trying to be innovative. It used to be when you saw a task like this, like, oh, take a picture, do this. It seemed like, oh, this was fresh. So yeah, there's only so much you can do. I get it. But they're cramming so much into it where it's a chore and not leisure. It's its own job. Why are there only 50 levels? You only increase 10, but it feels like you've got to pay to get to the level 50. The level 50 tasks, like I said videos ago, all of those should have been split up. It should have been like 2 and then the XP. Or a bunch of those tasks and smaller XP. Not both, because at that point it's not fun. You should have stretched all the way out to level 100 and gave 2 tasks per each one and let people feel like they're actually working towards something versus, yay, level 41, but I got to do all of this stuff. And to be fair, once you got to like level 43, it was okay. To get to level 44, all that crap you had to do, that's when the fun just started nosediving. It wasn't fun anymore. It was an obligation. It was an obligation. You had the hardcore people who, they already have the XP, so this was just meaningless tasks for them. So, for the rest of us, it's just been a grind. It has not been fun. They haven't been open with communication like they need to. And they need to watch this video. I love how YouTube can look at a video I put up for content, then flag that. But their staff don't say, you know what, he's got a point. You know what? Maybe if I made this age restricted or started cursing in it, they would, but they don't seem to care. And I say YouTube, knowing that they're with the alphabet company, Google, just like Niantic is. Niantic's celebrating a 5-year birthday or something crazy like that. We'll see what they give there, but I don't expect it to be anything great considering this Halloween event comes off lackluster. There's really nothing here right now that says I've got to be playing Pokemon Go. Nothing. So to recap, I'm out the chat, but I've made my own. So it's for people who actually don't mind inviting and everything and don't mind sharing raids and all that good jazz like how it used to be. I'm only going to put my energy where it needs to be. I'm not putting it in other places anymore. It's wearing me down. And not to beat a broken horse, because I feel like I've been a broken horse with that. I'm still going to play. I'm still going to take my time. I may put a little more money into it to get through this current level, but we'll see. We'll see. 2022, if I can get through the rest of these levels, that's going to be it. That's the end game. That is my current plan. So I hope I answered all of your questions. I'm sorry if it came off too aggressive or this, or you feel like I just left you. I'm going to have to get like Steve from Blue's Clues and tell you I'm sorry. But I had to do what I needed to do for me, for my health. Maybe you guys turn around and a group of you say, you know what, he's right. We've been just playing with other people online and the group doesn't work because we haven't been doing our part. And we've let it get to where there's only so many people doing it, Aside from that, you've got the content creators, other than Nick, who don't look all that enthused anymore. One of these girls, she's on an adult website doing her side hustle but yet she's supposed to have been an ambassador for Pokemon Go. It's all crazy right now. And I'm just trying to be transparent, just like I'd like for Niantic to be, or like for you to be, or like for some of these other guys to be. And I don't pretend to be, nice and all that stuff. But Nick, if you really look at this video, he's finally showing you that, he's made a decision that he wants to continue making videos, and he doesn't know how to tell you that this is not the same game it used to be. He's clearly dropped off the amount of content, and he's doing Twitch and all these other things. Stuff I was already doing, by the way. Not that it was exclusive to me, but people get confused. They're like, oh, he's a Pokemon channel. No, I do more than that, because Pokemon is only going to go so far, and that's as far as you and I take it. It's not like another game like a Mario where it's like, hey, Nintendo took it this far and everybody's going to have their own mileage. No, Pokemon Go, you might get a shiny and I don't, but you're going to be doing the same stuff and it's going to feel the exact same. It's not unique in any way like that. You look at the mainline Pokemon games, your experience is going to be different from mine, even though we're doing the same things. Because there's order, there's structure, it makes sense, there's a flow. Pokemon Go, it's absent from a lot of that, But that said, I'm done with that there. But if you're in any of these other chats and want to reach out, hit me up. 2022 might be the end of the community gifts. I don't know yet, but it's looking like it. If Niantic sees this video and they're like, hey, we're going to change something, or they hear Nick or somebody, because I'm going to send this directly to him. So Nick, please respond. Somebody in that community, respond. It's time for other Yellow Hat Guy not to be in the background. Y'all have to really take what I'm saying to heart, because this game is in danger of going away faster than it's supposed to. It should go 6-7 years, 6-7 generations. It might stop in the next year because Niantic has not woken up and realized that although the pandemic is the pandemic, some of this stuff needed to change before that. You can't put everything on the pandemic. Some of this stuff should have changed before that. Yes, the remote raids hurt the game a lot, although you can argue it helped the game a lot. When it's just everybody saying, hey, invites only, and they don't come out and play, you can't be upset that they're not doing that. You can't expect people to go back to the old ways when, they took away the free pass that they were giving you. supposed to be 2. It's back down to 1. They took that away because they realized, hey, you know, it's hurting our bottom line. But what are you doing to motivate people to get back out here, Niantic? EV Community Day was not the answer. Duskull Community Day is not the answer. You need to start rewarding those of us who've been supporting you from the beginning. If I'm here at home doing a raid, my chance of getting a shiny should be less than the person who actually invited me to it. That's the truth. People who were there at the raid should not only do more damage, it should be a higher percentage of them getting a shiny. That's how you get people off the couch, off the chair, and back out there. But you guys have been so tone deaf that you're not realizing any of that. You throw these little gimmies and little, no, you need to, people want shinies, they want good Pokemon. And you need to do a better job of getting them to that and do a better job of having a more balanced game and really change how the flow of all this is. I know some people are going to complain because they've already grinded to 50 and they were already putting in that work. But hey, I'm sorry, bro. Just because you had to go through some mess and you did it the way you did it, doesn't mean that everybody else is going to have to suffer that same turmoil. If you look back and be honest with yourselves, that wasn't fun. It might have been fun because you already had the XP. But if you really had to grind from 41 up each of those levels, you can't convince me that you enjoyed every step of that. A lot of y'all got to 50 and have disappeared. You shouldn't have reached a level and felt like you wanted to stop playing. But that's where I'm at now. I shouldn't have had to got to a point where instead of playing with my friends that I've made over the years, that I'd rather play with strangers because it's more convenient. That's not what this game was about. But that's where we are, and that's why I feel the way I feel, and I've said the things that I've said. That being said, this video's going off long enough. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. If anything I said you agree with, was justified, disagree with, let me know in the comments. This video needs to go viral for that reason because it might be the most polarizing one since they've done what they did earlier in the year. I hope to see you again soon, but if I don't, remember, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out. Captain Sensation!